Welcome to the Whisper Report. How can AI be effectively integrated into healthcare systems? Video edition. I'm Dr. Doreen Galli, Chief of Research at TBW Advisors, LLC. Technical Business Whispers. The answer is always in the whispers. Subscribe today. How can AI be effectively integrated into healthcare systems? We take the most frequently asked and the most urgent technology questions straight to the health systems technology experts gathering at the Healthcare Information and Management Systems Society 2025 Global Health Conference and Exhibition, or HIMSS 25 for short. This Whisper Report addresses the question regarding how AI can effectively be integrated into healthcare systems. The quick answer is provided by HIMSS President and CEO, Hal Wolf.
First of all, it's already happening. So the reality is that most healthcare systems, either known or unknown to them, already have AI occurring. It's happening in their phones. It's happening in the chat. It's happening in the summaries.
Where AI is going is based on
three key components. It's the risk, it's the impact, and it's really the value that's being delivered.
Generally, the front office operations are considered lower risk over medical operation use cases. Front office use cases. In health systems, it is common to separate lower risk IT functions from technology specifically involved in health operations or clinical care. Higher risk. Lower risk is always relative as healthcare privacy regulations do infiltrate and affect business IT functions such as scheduling. Actions such as scheduling a specific person with a specific doctor reveal information that this customer, a patient, has a reason to see the specialist. A healthcare technology professional must always keep their industry's privacy regulation in mind, even on business function, or risk a hefty personal fine. One additional requirement in health is not found in all industries today. Specifically, some technology can be very old, much like manufacturing. The age of the machine doesn't change its requirement to be connected or its requirement or data to be extracted. Some of this old technology is from before the days of cloud, so flexibility is required of all solutions. As ASR's Daniel Caravelle-Marin mentioned,
right, we support any type of API, REST, SOAP, webhooks. We can also go hybrid and on-premise implementation.
Take an inventory of your facility before selecting technologies to ensure the solution fits your environment based on its very specific constraints. Any clients at this phase should schedule an inquiry to receive guidance. We will set up a plan of inquiries during your journey to give you any guidance we may have or can gather to assist you. The plan should capture milestones, including but not limited to inquiries during strategy reviews, presentation reviews, architecture reviews, even a questionnaire review for what will be leveraged to gather details on the machines the first time you contact each department for an audit. There are three primary use categories for AI in the front office as depicted in Figure 1. Commercial enablement. One hot area for AI realization in healthcare is commercial enablement. At the end of the day, medical practices and facilities don't just provide medical care, they're a business. That business has to grow and stay viable if they are to continue providing innovative care. Per Alexander Group's Trey Chamberlain,
traditionally what we've seen is most digital health and healthcare services organizations are running 5 to 6 commercial enablement plays. In fact, 2/3 of organizations were running 6 or more in 2024.
Within solutions. As indicated by HIMSS Hal Wolf, much of the AI is buried within solutions. For example, in healthcare, some functions may have an unusual challenge and leverage AI within, such as understanding location. For example, hospitals have a lot of radio signals and very expensive equipment that can move. The radio signals of medical equipment is a priority, and shutting down to add infrastructure may not be viable. On the non-technical side, employee safety is an issue in hospitals. Thus, the solution for asset location and employee status can be more complicated to realize.
At Cognosis, we use AI and ML to make location data more accurate and usable. And so when we go into a hospital, we will radio map the entire facility.
This information can also be used by the client
to create hyper accurate location data. So that location intelligence bars, which then we display back to the client to help them modernize and streamline their workflows.
Likewise, when you look inside our smart stethoscope by Minty Health,
and in Minty Health, firstly we do the data collection, and then we do the data annotation, segmentation, and also we do the recognizing for the abnormal signal. So that means we are going to train the data and finally give AI analysis.
another use case within solutions involves securing the solutions. As absolute security, as Brendan Reynolds put it,
the biggest one that I see is having the ability to detect anomalous behavior in events. And so AI really is a strong technology that can be applied there to identify outliers, to allow teams to investigate, is an incident occurring, is a breach happening, is a ransomware event about to unfold, etc.
It is worthy to note that leveraging AI for the ability to identify and investigate an incident or a breach happening is not unique to healthcare, but perhaps more life-threatening than other industries. Patient 360. Healthcare leverages a lot of tools to get the job done. Getting these tools to act like a coherent solution, it's not always easy, making it a perfect location for AI to assist, particularly agentic AI. When it comes to 2025, this year is all about agentic AI, even in healthcare.
And as you can see here, we can do the orchestration between all the tech stack within an organization. It could be Epic, it could be MyChart, it could be booking systems, it could be any knowledge-based source.
Of course, the ultimate goal of communicating between all these tools is to provide a patient 360.
Whether it be EHR or across their applications, whether it be to create a patient 360 view or a longitudinal record of their patient, all of this really help with minimizing that risk. Two is the ability to provide that biggest impact.
Health operation use cases. Where AI in healthcare gets exciting is the operational layer of health practice itself. As Hims Hal Wolf stated,
many of the applications that exist today and the upgrades that are occurring are bringing components of AI into the operational layer and also clinical decision support. So where I think organizations are running is that they're catching up to what they already have and recognizing it.
As Alexander Group's Trey Chamberlain shared,
Again, it puts the right and best products in the hands of the provider that drive the best patient outcomes.
at the end of the day, the North Star for any health organization is successful patient outcomes. But AI can only affect the outcomes if it's successfully integrated. That integration cannot be taken for granted. As evidently as Dr.Kai Romero shared,
So AI can be effectively integrated when you have a really good, deep partnership between the software company or the technology company and the organization that's implementing the AI.
and that integration and relationship requires trust. That trust requires two parts. First,
Some of that comes back to the architecture of the AI itself. In our case, creating clean lines between what we're collating and what we're displaying.
the second requirement of trust
What this does, what it can do, and what it can't do. Because unless you've kind of really defined those parameters clearly for people, invariably users are going to use it in whatever way they might desire, and it might not give them the output that they prefer.
closing wisdom. We will close with parting words of wisdom from the Hims Hal Wolf.
But the big leap will occur when they have a planned strategy of its implementation and they can select the components they really want to emphasize. And that was the part we were trying to get across this morning which is that you really have a different layer of actionable information than you've ever had before that needs to be trained. And secondly, you've got to take these new tools and integrate them into your workflow. Because if you fail to do that, that's when you get the equation of a costly old organization.
In conclusion, have a strategy and make sure that strategy integrates new technology into the workflows to deliver measured value. This has been Whisper Report. How can AI be effectively integrated into our healthcare systems? The answer is always in the whispers. Subscribe today.